I'm trying to live a minimalist life, but that doesn't mean I still don't own stuff. Our family of 4 still owns 3 beds, 2 dressers, 2 couches, a dining room table with 8 chairs, 1 desk, 8 plates, 8 bowls, 8 glasses. My kids own clothes and books and iPhones. My wife sews, I read, play tennis, and I write for a living. We may be seeking to live a minimalist life, but we are still consumers. After all, to live is to consume. But we have worked hard to escape excessive consumerism. Consumerism becomes excessive when it extends beyond what is needed. When we begin consuming more than is needed, boundaries are removed. Personal credit allows us to make purchases beyond our income level. Advertisements reshape our desires around material possessions. The internet has made material goods shockingly accessible, and the consumption culture that surrounds us begins to make excessive consumption appear natural and normal. Excessive consumption leads to bigger houses, faster cars, trendier clothes, fancier technology, and overfilled drawers. It promises happiness, but it never delivers. Instead, it results only in a desire for more. A desire which is promoted by the world around us, and it slowly begins robbing us of life. It redirects our God-given passions to things that can never fulfill. It consumes our limited resources, and it is time we escape this vicious cycle. It is time to take a step back and realize that excessive consumption is not delivering on its promise to provide happiness and fulfillment. Consumption is necessary, but excessive consumption is not. And life can be better lived and more enjoyed by intentionally rejecting it. Consider this list of 10 benefits of escaping excessive consumerism in your life. Number 1, less debt. The average American credit card holder carries $6,500 in credit card debt. And 36% of US adults report having more credit card debt than money in an emergency savings account. This debt causes stress in our lives and forces us to work jobs that we don't enjoy. We have sought life in department stores and gambled our future on the empty promises of their advertisements. We've lost. Make getting out of debt a priority. Number 2, less life caring for possessions. The never-ending need to care for the things we own is draining our time and energy. Whether we're maintaining property, fixing vehicles, replacing goods, or cleaning things made of plastic, metal, or glass, our life is being emotionally and physically drained by the care of things that we don't need, and in most cases, don't enjoy either. We are far better off owning less. Another reason to escape excessive consumption is less desire to upscale lifestyle norms. The television and the internet has brought lifestyle envy into our lives at a level never before experienced in human history. Prior to the advent of the digital age, we were left envying the Jones family living next to us. But at least we had a few things in common, such as living in the same neighborhood. But today's media age has caused us to envy and expect lifestyle norms well beyond our incomes by promoting the lifestyles of the rich and famous as superior and enviable. Only an intentional rejection of excessive consumerism can quietly silence the desire to constantly upscale lifestyle norms. Number 4, less environmental impact. Our earth produces enough resources to meet all of our needs, but it does not produce enough resources to meet all of our wants. And whether you consider yourself an environmentalist or not, it is tough to argue with the fact that consuming more resources than the earth can replenish is not a healthy trend, especially when it is completely unnecessary. A 5th reason to escape excessive consumerism is less need to keep up with evolving trends. Henry David Thoreau, in one of my favorite quotes, once said, every generation laughs at the old fashions, but religiously follows the new. Recently, I've been struck by the wisdom and the practical application of that thought, whether relating to fashion, decoration, or design. A culture built on consumption must produce an ever-changing target to keep its participants spending money, and our culture has nearly perfected that practice. As a result, nearly every year, a new line of fashion is released as the newest trend. And the only way to keep up is to purchase the latest fashions and trends when they are released. Or we could remove ourselves from the pursuit altogether. Number 6, less pressure to impress with material possessions. Social scientist Thorstein Veblen coined the phrase conspicuous consumption to describe the lavish spending on goods and services acquired mainly for the purpose of displaying income or wealth. In his 1899 book, The Theory of the Leisure Class, this term was used to describe the behavior of a pretty limited social class. And although the behavior has been around since the beginning of time, today's credit has allowed it to permeate nearly every social class in today's society. As a result, no human being is exempt from its temptation. Number 7, more generosity. Rejecting excessive consumerism always frees up energy, time, and finances. Those resources can then be brought back into alignment with our deepest heart values. When we begin rejecting the temptation to spend all of our limited resources on ourselves, our hearts are open to the joy and fulfillment found in giving our resources to others. Generosity finds space in our life and in our checkbooks to emerge. The 8th reason to escape excessive consumerism is more contentment. Many people believe if they find or achieve contentment in their lives, their desire for excessive consumption will wane. But I have found the opposite to be true. I have found that the intentional rejection of excessive consumption opens the door for contentment to take root in my life. As a family, we began pursuing minimalism as a means to realign our life around our greatest passions, not as a means to find contentment. But somehow, minimalism resulted in a far greater contentment with life than we've ever enjoyed before. Number 9, greater ability to see through empty promises. Fulfillment is not on sale at your local department store, and neither is happiness. It never has been and never will be. We all know this to be true. We all know that more things won't make us happier. It's just that we've bought into the subtle message of millions upon millions of advertisements that have told us otherwise. Intentionally stepping back for an extended period of time helps us get a broader view of their empty claims. And number 10, greater realization that this world is not just material. True life is found in the invisible things of life: love, hope, and faith. Again, we all know there are things in this world that are far more important than what we own. But if one were to research our actions, intentions, and receipts, would they reach the same conclusion? Or have we been too busy seeking happiness in all the wrong places? Escaping excessive consumption is not an easy battle. If it were, it would be done more often, myself included. But it is a battle worth fighting because it robs us of life far more than we realize. Excessive consumption promises happiness but never delivers. True life must be found somewhere else.